Hello everyone, this is Opalite Tarot. Before we get started, I just wanted to say that this will be a whispered reading. I will do this intro in soft-spoken voice, but the rest of the video will be whispered because I know that some people like whispered better and other people like soft-spoken, so I decided to, film some of my videos in a whispered voice and others in a soft-spoken voice. And if you don't like one of those things, you can always check the title of the current video, because I will always mark it there so you can follow your own preferences. And there are closed captions, I believe, in all of my videos, either provided by YouTube or done by me. And the second thing that I wanted to say is that I have TikTok now. I've had it for a few days and I'm still kind of learning it, but if you have TikTok and you enjoy tarot, I would really appreciate if you would follow me there. My account name is called Opalite Tarot, like here as well, and I will put the link in the description box as well as in the comments, so you can follow me there. I would really appreciate it. I do daily tarot or oracle card advice videos there. So second, the theme of today's, or third actually, sorry, the theme of today's video is self-care, kind of like what do you need right now. And this will be a kind of a compile your own reading video. First you will choose one tarot card here, and in the next these are like the placeholders for the second tarot card, and these tea bags here are a placeholder for an oracle card that you have to pick. And lastly there will be you will get to pick a quote as well, so it's sort of like a compile your own pick a card reading, like I said. I don't know if it will work out, but let's try. I really hope that you will enjoy this video. And as usual, this is a general reading, so only take in those messages that you resonate with, okay? And now I will let you have a few moments alone with these cards here, and you get to see which one you feel drawn to the most. Pile number 1 is Amethyst, pile number 2 is Apatite, or actually card number 2, and card number 3 is Opalite, with a little piece of fabric there to hold it still because it keeps rolling away. Anyway, now I will let you have a few moments alone with these cards without me talking, okay? Hello, pile number 1. You chose this piece of amethyst, and here is your card. And after you've heard the reading, you are free to move on to part 2, then part 3, then part 4. All the timestamps are in the description box and probably in the comments as well, okay? And so this is a self-care reading, so kind of like what do you need right now reading. And I feel like you need the love. You know, lovers, they're a big part of, love and relationships, so I do feel like you're lacking on that front, or maybe your relationships aren't as harmonious as you wish they were, so you kind of need this balanced state of love, harmony, compassion in your life in general or in relationships. Could also mean, like you want to manifest or attract things that you want, that you value into your life, to feel more, kind of happy and fulfilled as a whole. But I feel like for most of you this is specifically about relationships and love, since it's the Lovers card, okay? So now you are welcome to move on to part 2, Okay? Hello, card number 2. You chose this piece of Apatite. And after you've heard this reading, you are welcome to move on to part 2 and then part 3 and then part 4. Okay? All the timestamps will be in the description box. So, this is a self-care reading. So what do you need right now for self-care? We have the 2 of coins. I feel like you are juggling between things, like trying to balance your life, like maybe your career, your home environment, or your love life. There's like a balancing act between those things. You know, your life could be very turbulent right now, but you know, it happens sometimes. Sometimes life is like that, and what you need is this inner peace to handle this situation. So inner peace and balance, I feel like, are what you need in this situation currently. Okay, so now you are welcome to move on to part 2 of this reading. Hello, card number 3. You chose this ball of Opalite, and it may be a sign that it keeps rolling away. Maybe your life is super busy, or there's a lot going on, or you're just on the move all the time, because this ball won't, you know, if I leave it like this, it is okay. Now it stays still, but sometimes it keeps rolling away when I just leave it be without this piece of fabric there. Okay, so this is part 1 of this reading. It's only one card that describes where you are right now in terms of, you know, self-care and what you need right now. We have the 4 of coins. So this is a card of safety and security. Kind of feel like you are either kind of seeking those things, like maybe your life is very chaotic, like I said, like busy and chaotic, a lot of movement going on, and you just want this kind of like stability. You want to feel safe. Or if you have that, you already feel very safe and secure. In that case, this card represents kind of stagnant energy, like you're very comfortable here in your castle, and maybe you are holding on too tight. You're not letting go of something, you are resisting something, you are clinging to something, and you're just here alone, kind of waiting for something, and you are unable to move forward out of fear or out of anxieties. So that was this initial situation for you, and now you are welcome to move on to part 2 of this reading, and you will find those timestamps in the description box as well. Okay, so welcome to part 2 of this pick a card reading. Now we have pile number 1, Earl Grey tea pile, or card number 2, Supreme Matcha green tea, and card number 3 is Original chai. And as these are new cards, I'm still learning them. It's the Herb Crafter's Tarot deck. So I will be using this booklet as a help, because as I said, I'm still learning these cards. There's like herbs and, you know, plants. Herbs and plant stuff to know about when you do these readings. But anyway, now I will let you have a few moments alone with these cards as well, so check which one you feel most drawn to. Hello, card number 1. You chose this Buka Earl Grey tea. And what extended and weary. So this card advises you to invite time for retreat, like the calming energy of this sanctuary right here. So pull back from it, be still and recuperate. Valerian is a valuable tea for those who struggle to rest and relax. If a lack of control over the situation has led to constant anxiety, invite sleep and consult the dream time. Valerian is a pungent medicine. Slowing down may not be a pleasant experience at first, but it is the only way to become strong again. So that is your advice. I've actually drank valerian tea for insomnia. It was quite good. So, your advice is to kind of slow down, recuperate, and if you like tea, valerian tea could be something that you could try. Okay. Now you're welcome to move on to part 3. Hello, card number 2. You chose this Buka Supreme Matcha Green Tea. And here is your card. Let's see. It's called Curandera of Fire. So this stands for the King of Wands. Yeah, the King of Wands. And the herb or plant is called Damiana or Damiana. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce that word, but let's see. So here it is. I'm not gonna read all of this because there's quite a lot of text, but feel free to pause this video if you just wanna read all of it. But the advice for you in this case is to come home, love yourself, old ain't dead, indulge yourself with sensual bliss, come home to pleasure, power, and passion. So the text down here is about being wild, free, and defying conventional norms. And the Curandera of Fire is a champion of female sexual power, and she understands the importance of self-love rituals. So it's about igniting your passions and adoring the power of human desire, welcoming sensuality. So I feel like this is an advice for you to live passionately and doing what you love, and just kind of, honoring yourself and just feeling that passion within yourself and that self-love, because then, when you feel it within yourself, other people are drawn to it as well. So yeah, kind of like lean into your own power, I would say. So that was part 2 of this reading. You are now welcome to move on to part 3. Hello, card 3. You chose this original chai tea. And here is your card. Let's have a look. It's the Curandera of Air. So Curandera stands for, it's like a folk healer, but in the original tarot, it's the King of Swords. And rosemary is your herb or plant. Here it is actually. I'm not gonna read all of this for you because there's quite a lot of text, but feel free to pause the video and read it all if you feel like that. So the advice for you at this point is adopt a story and pass it on with a pen, song, or brush. Tell your story. What is remembered lives. And here it says the Curandera of Air is calm and collected. She knows the medicine of rosemary enhances cognitive function, and her mind is sharp and quick, but she talks very little. She understands that words have wings, so she speaks only when cards can hurt. So be balanced with that energy. Okay. So that was part 2 of this reading. You are now welcome to move on to part 3. Welcome to part 3 of this reading. Now we have oracle cards here from the Yogic Path oracle card deck. Card number 1 has this elephant incense holder. Card number 2 has this floral incense holder, and card number 3 has this kind of simple white incense holder. So now I will again let you have a few moments alone with these cards so you can feel which one you feel drawn to the most, okay? Hello, card number 1, you chose this elephant incense holder, and here is your card. Let's have a look. So this card is called Pitta, which stands for the fiery dosha in the Ayurveda system. So it has this powerful, strong-willed, feisty energy. So it is an advice for you to kind of go after what you want and have clarity in what you want. Just set goals and just focus on them, because you know what you would like to go after. Or if you don't know that, then you should try to clarify to yourself what it is that you want. However, the pizza consists of fire and water, so even though you are advised to use this fire element to go after what you want, don't forget the balancing energy of the water. So these two energies need to be imbalanced when you go after things that you want in life, or when you try to figure out what your next step is, or things like that. Okay, now you are ready to move on to part number 4 of this reading. Hello, card number 2. You chose this floral incense holder, and here is your card. Let's have a look. It's called asana. So this is a yoga concept, as you may know. It advises you to kind of sit in stillness. So usually when you think about yoga asanas, you think of all these kind of complicated movements or relaxing movements, but all of those asanas just practice you to this one main asana, which is kind of sitting still in your body and just leaving your limiting self behind, just creating space for silence and stillness. So this could be an advice for you to start up a yoga practice or start up a meditation practice, just to do something that would cultivate your life in a way that you are evolving towards this being able to enjoy stillness and silence in your life, just being able to appreciate the present moment and be present in the moment. So it's about kind of spiritual growth and groundedness at the same time, by focusing on this practice that you do. Okay, so now you are ready to move on to part 4 of this reading. Hello, card number 3. You chose this very simple white incense holder, and here is your card. advises you to kind of focus on creating something in your life. So is there something that you just feel like you really want to do, something that you want to manifest, something you want to work on, that you should now take action on? However, it's not only acting or going after your goals that you should do. It's about, you know, like kind of sitting still in peace and just slowly, you know, you plant that seed of manifestation and then you water it, you nurture it, and then it kind of sprouts into life. So that is what, you know, you are being advised to do. This is also a card of cycle, so you know, when you think about creation, it has these different